Hey, Scruffy. There was a big piece of fur hanging from your neck. I didn't know that part was shedding. So yeah, the weather is still kind of crummy. Cold, it's dark, and it just rained. Oh, wow. Walking inside. Yeah. Yeah, didn't expect this type of weather this time of year, huh? Okay, well. I saw you at lunch. You didn't have that hanging piece of fur. So that just happened within the last few hours. Yeah, that's something. Maybe when I get the brush, it'll come off. Or maybe when I pet you, maybe it'll come off. Okay. Sit in the chair. So winning the head. That's the rear. Oh, there's the head. So yeah, the weather continues to be weird. So it's overcast and cold and lots of storm clouds, and so it's dark even though there should be still sun right now. And yeah, it rained late this afternoon. And I actually went out for a run. I thought we were done with the rain. And then towards the latter half of my run, it started raining. I was tempted to continue running, but since there was thunder and lightning in the forecast a couple days ago, I didn't really want to stay out there. So I didn't want to tempt fate and get struck by lightning. Or yeah, the wind I guess wasn't too bad, but yeah. So I've also mentioned a lot of trees have been falling down at that park where I go running. Not sure why, but yeah, if they're falling down in good weather conditions, I don't want to be there in bad weather conditions. So I was poking at trying to get a piece of that fur that's hanging from Scruffy's neck. See if I can dislodge it. And I think it's not going to come off that easily. So Scruffy might have to endure it for a few more days or a few more weeks, depending on how fast he sheds. I'll try the brush, but yeah, he doesn't let me brush underneath his body, so I probably won't be able to get the brush there. So I actually just got a good pet on that dangling piece of fur, and yeah, it's pretty mad at it. I can feel it's a little hard. So yeah, it's going to have to come off. Probably naturally. Yeah, Scruffy likes to shed in clumps. Not sure how that happens. So I've read that an indoor cat that is abandoned or neglected can can develop big matting problems. But I believe Scruffy's actually always been feral, never been inside, never been an inside cat, based on my experience with him, especially when I first started, and then also based on knowing the neighborhood pretty well. I don't think anyone abandoned their cat here, and then we got a lot of ferals and strays around. So, and I know Scruffy has been around for years. So since Scruffy has always been an outdoor feral cat, I'm surprised he has these types of matting problems. Or surprised he sheds like the way he does and these clumps. Nature would be a little smarter about how they shed. So, let's see, so I was going for my run today. It wasn't raining, it was overcast, but yeah, it wasn't raining. And let's see, I saw the porch cat. He left the porch and he was actually hanging out in that house's yard. And he saw me and he ignored me. He was actually really interested in something in that garden. I'm not sure if he saw like some rodent or something. So I stopped and watched him for a moment, and looked like he was really interested in a little garden barrier, like a little wood strip that divides the garden. And yeah, I thought the cat was looking at some animal, and they seemed to be very entertained by just that little wood strip. So. And then, let's see, further down, I saw the friendly cat's pal hanging out in the yard, just lying there. And then next to him was that new white cat with large spots. He has like a big, giant, dark spot, I think, on top of his head and maybe his back, and then maybe underneath his belly. And but yeah, it's a relatively new cat I've been seeing. But yeah, it looks full grown. So, and then I don't know what happened to the youngling. I haven't seen him in a little bit. The last time I saw him, he has grown a bit, so he looks like a full-size cat now. And then on my run, I saw, let's see, I saw one of the twins, and he was also on the edge of the field, and looked like he was trying to corner a squirrel or something. He was digging out, like, I guess maybe a hole or something. So it looked like he almost got something, but not quite. And then I was approaching, and he didn't like me approaching because he was next, he was on my path, so I wasn't that close to him, but yeah, he still didn't like me getting as close as I did, so he had to watch me instead of the squirrel or whatever he was after. Okay, well, I'm gonna get Scruffy's food. Square around the leg is still not coming off. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to reach the clump that's around his neck. I think he's going to give me access to that. So yeah, that's going to be hanging there for a while, I guess. So let's see. Yeah, today at lunch, yeah, I tried using the bigger bowl because he knocked over the smaller bowl yesterday. I think it was too high for him because he had to really get his head over it. So halfway through, I lowered the bowl a little. But yeah, I'm thinking I need to see if I can find a shallower bowl. Hey, Scruffy. Oh. Yeah, it's still pretty gloomy outside, huh? Yeah, still cold. I think the rain stopped. I'm not sure if we're supposed to get more rain or not. I need to check the weather. Ready for your kibble? So I'm going to try a bigger bowl today, since you knocked over the bowl yesterday. Okay. Let's get the food on the table. Let's put the water bowl down. Grab the glove. Oh, Scruffy's being cooperative again. So things have been going well for the past few days. So I think Scruffy's finally figured out the routine. And he doesn't seem to be scared or confused when I put down the bowl now. Although today it's going to be a bigger bowl, so we'll see if he's confused. So I think the last time I used this bowl, it was, there were 3 balls in it, and that was, I think, a little difficult for him. So today I'm only doing 2. But I'm watering down the kibble today, just a little bit, very much like yesterday. So just tiny bit of water just to make the kibble stick to the bowl. So let's see how Scruffy does in a minute. Feels humid today, even though it's kind of cold. Okay, let's get your food. Food's over here. Food's over there. So tonight's dinner is meaty pate with real ocean whitefish, kibble, and rotisserie chicken scraps. So this is a fresh can of meaty pate. There's a lot of liquid separated in the can. And I noticed that the pate, when I first scooped into it, felt kind of hard and brittle. Usually it's very gooey and soft. And so surprised as I was scooping through it, it was kind of breaking apart and it seemed really dry and a little hard. So I'm thinking that, the moisture is separating away from the pate when all the liquid's in the can. And so the pate dried up a bit. So when I mixed it all in the bowl, it became soft again. But yeah, there's actually a lot of liquid in tonight's meal, so it's a little soupier than usual. Which means probably the rest of the pate is a little dry. I don't know. I don't think Scruffy's going to complain. So now that I'm looking at that hanging piece of fur from Scruffy's chin, I think it might be connected to that piece behind his neck that came off. As I mentioned, there was exposed skin. A few days ago. And I think all that fur actually might be from the back of the head, and it's just been slowly peeling off as he sheds it. And now that it's off the back of his head, it's hanging from the bottom of his head. So I've been really tempted to bring out a pair of scissors and cut the fur that's hanging around his leg. But a couple years ago, when I brought out a pair of scissors, and he saw it from a distance, it wasn't even close to him. I was putting the scissors on the table, and he freaked out. And he was like that for a few days. So I don't want to go through that again. So I haven't been motivated to try it again. But would also like to cut off that dangling piece off his head, but that one's probably going to be even harder because I don't want to accidentally clip his whiskers. And he doesn't trust me enough to stay still, so I'll probably never get that one. So that one's just going to have to fall off naturally. But it'll eventually fall off. Sheds in clumps every year. I remember first time I noticed he was shedding like that. His whole chest was falling off in a clump. And thought it looked like in the cartoons where they have like a tuxedo flap in the front. It's called a dicky. So it's just like the white flap that hangs over from the neck to the chest. And then sometimes in the cartoons they make it stick out like straight in front of the person when it's like not behaving correctly. And that's what it looked like on Scruffy. So I think that took a few weeks to fall off completely. But it looked like his whole front was peeling off. Yep. Scruffy did a good job playing the ball tonight. Okay, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.